Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished. When I bought the Aston Martin, y'all thought it was rented. Flexing on these, I'm like Popeye on the spinach. Double M, yeah, that's my team. Rose, the captain, I'm lieutenant. I'm the type of can the men cast and grind like I'm.
What's up, fam? It's your girl, Liddy Lisa, and y'all already know who I'm rocking with. Your girl, Nikita Love. And we got a special co-host, Miss Latoya Bird, chiming in with us again today. And this is No Cap MIA, keeping it real in the county a day. And y'all keep it locked. Go ahead and like, subscribe, share that thing. Wait after the show to subscribe. Keep it tuned, though, because we got a hot feature today chiming in with us. Miss Kai. Oh, God. Don't do it to me. Key Care. Key, right? You said call you Key. Okay, we calling you Key today. Miss Key is here, CEO and founder of Key Care, and she's going to be rocking with us today. She our hot feature on Entrepreneur Entrees.
Hi, y'all.
That's what's up. That's what's up. We going to get hopping in Entrepreneur Entrees in a second, but Keita, go ahead and tell them what we talking about today.
Alrighty, so today's topic is, how do you feel about this new wave of women proposing to men?
Ooh. Toya, you ready? Y'all ready, Key?
I'm super ready to talk about that.
That's interesting. That's spicy. That's hot, right? Because these women shout out. and Key seemed like a classy lady, so we like to hear what the classy ladies got to say too. Look.
I'm ready.
Okay, so Keita, before we hop into that hot topic, that's juicy, we're going to hop into Entrepreneur Entrees, where we talk about how you eating and what you eating on. And we got Miss Key here, CEO and founder of Key's Care. She's a beautician. She has her own care company, hair product line. And she is here to tell us about her product. And she's also has her own empire. She's a founder of Family Grant Empire?
Family Empire.
Grant Family Empire. Okay, I done sip my Hennessy and I'm stuttering because I've been on your page all day. I know the name of it. Get me together. So it's called Grant Family Empire. You got a lot of things going on. You're a real hot girl. You're the humble hot girl.
Right.
Here, look. So tell us a little bit about you, and before you tell us about your business and your products.
Okay, my name is Key. I am the key to healthy hair. I have 4 kids, and they are what got me started with my business.
Your motivation, pretty much.
Say my motivation.
That part. Mine's is to my mother. Okay, that's what's up. And where you from? You from down south, pretty much? You're down south.
I'm from Perrine.
Perrine, okay.
All right.
Born and raised from Perrine?
Yes.
Okay. So being a beautician, is that something that you always was passionate about as a kid? Did you see yourself being so far into the business like you are today?
No. Growing up, I always wanted to be a nurse.
Okay, interesting. Do you feel that way with everything going on today with COVID-19?
No, I'm
thank God.
I actually went to nursing school, and I got pregnant in the midst of it, so I had to stop. And I had my little girl, and when I had my little girl, that's what got me into hair products, because she was born with thin hair, and I already knew from experience with my mom and me with getting a perm from when I was so little, it damaged my hair. And I knew that was something that I didn't want to do with my little girl.
Truly.
So that got me into researching products and everything like that. So that's how I got really started into the natural hair products from having my daughter.
That part, that's what's up. That's what it is. We got to learn how to do something once we have a kid. If you don't know how to do your own, you're going to learn how to do a ponytail, a twist, anything. But you created a whole company off of your children. That's inspiring. You feel me? I'm a mother, and that's what motivates me, keep me going with my business. So to hear that, that's what's up. And you say, your firstborn is a daughter. You had your oldest is a girl.
Well, my first 2 are boys. They
okay.
I was going to nursing school when I had them, and then I got pregnant with my daughter.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. And you just bumped off into
and then I just stopped going to nursing school, and I started trying to her hair was very thin, so I was trying to find ways to get her hair to grow, and
testing out different products.
Yeah, I was buying tons of different products, and everything would leave her hair crunchy and hard.
So what you just start creating your own potion pretty much at that point?
I started doing a lot of research, because at the same time I wasn't when I stopped nursing school, I was okay, I stopped nursing school because they made me.
Pretty
I was
much, because you're pregnant, yeah.
So,
There's
like,
certain
it was
courses and things you can't do.
I couldn't go to the hospital, and like they was like, if you miss days, like you're gonna have to make that up. So I didn't want to take the chance with being pregnant, because you get sick and stuff like that. So then I enrolled into cosmetology school.
That part, you had a backup plan. That's what real women do.
I didn't have no plans on being a hairstylist. Like I was just doing something just to keep me busy at the time. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go back to nursing school. I didn't want to get out of the routine of going to school. Like I didn't want to like.
You wanted to keep yourself active, because like when you get pregnant, sometimes they make you feel like you can't. Like you said, they didn't want you to do certain courses in nursing school. They try to limit you, put us in boundaries as a mother, as a parent, and then you found a way around that to still accomplish stuff.
Yeah, and I was selling hair at the same time. I was selling extensions. Okay. So it's like, let me see what the hair world is about. So when I started doing cosmetology school, of course we had to do hours. Like we had to work on people, and I was like,
what school did you go to?
I went to Robert Morgan.
I was just gonna say Robert Morgan. Okay,
yeah, and I'm like, maybe this not really for me. Still, I didn't get the feel for it then, but I knew like from selling hair, I wanted to have my own business. Like I'm like, okay, this is something I could do, because from work experience, it took a lot of time away from my kids, my boys. Like doing football with my first son, I missed a lot out from him trying to work.
And that's how I be as a parent.
So it hit me like, okay, when you start doing nursing, you're gonna have to be there
at that hospital, them long hours
between your kids and your family.
So you figured out a career that can give you both balance and pay. That okay.
So when I started creating the products, I was like, these products work.
Because your little girls have beautiful.
Right.
And by the record, my kids came out beautifully last year. Yes. You're doing your thing over there.
So what kind of products are there? Are they like gel, grease, oils?
No, I have a shampoo. I started out with a shampoo, a mask, and a heat protector and a serum.
Okay.
And I live by that serum.
And what is a mask? When you say mask, is for the hair? Because I would have put them on my face.
Right.
It's a deep conditioning treatment.
Okay. It's something you use like leave-in, like a leave-in treatment, or rinse out?
It's something that you would put on your hair, and you would let it stay for like 15 to 20 minutes, and then you would rinse it out.
Okay.
So it's good for all types of hair?
It's like a conditioner, but it's more
like
aggressive.
A daily treatment. Like you can say that, I cut you off, I'm sorry.
It's more like a conditioner.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more aggressive.
Oh, okay. It's like for damaged hair.
Yes.
Okay,
it really helps like rejuvenate your hair and like bring it back. Like if you have dry, brittle hair.
And we can use it on our human hair wigs and stuff too?
Yes, you can.
Okay, that's what's up. All right.
That's good. You can work on all types of hair, because I know my hair is really curly, but I have bad shrinkage. So I don't even wear my hair because of the shrinkage. And then it gets dry, and then you put any type of product in it, it starts to flake. So what would you recommend for that?
I would recommend like you to do the mask treatments, like the deep conditioning treatments. Like I have a hibiscus mask. It's really to provide like moisture and to help hydrate your hair.
And all your products, would you categorize them as being organic, natural, or do they have different chemicals based on what needs to be to work for the hair?
My products are more on the natural side. I'm not gonna say 100% natural. I'm gonna say that it don't have any harmful chemicals in it, because nothing is not 100% natural. Everything has like chemicals in it to be made. So I'm gonna say that it doesn't have any harmful chemicals. Like you have this chemical like called formaldehyde, and it's linked to cancer.
Oh wow!
So
yeah, you were telling me about that.
Yeah, like you have that in a lot of relaxers and things like that. So I try to like base my product line away from things like that.
Okay, repeat that word for our viewers again.
Formaldehyde.
Your product don't contain any of that to avoid cancers and different. So that's good for children that might have the like the disease or anything already. It's a healthy product that they can probably use if they already diagnosed or deal with certain like.
But they can use it.
But you're not an expert. You're not gonna co-sign like your product heals or is for that. So you know what I'm saying? I know.
Well, Key, if I can say a little 2 cents about your products, because I use them. One, in the Black community, formaldehyde, first of all, is used to embalm bodies.
Right.
And it's in perm, it's in gels, it's like everywhere. So when I saw your products, I was like, okay, Natural.
I was telling her I gotta tell your sister about that, Kim, because you know they Keita, him about them. They natural. They into stuff like that. They're not being, and that's what Toya is of natural head. Yeah.
Just you know,
Miss Toya, she drilled me when she wanted to
like,
buy
is this
products.
vegan?
She
What is
drilled
this?
me.
Yeah, that's what's up. And I think it's gentle. It sounds gentle enough for kids. Like, yeah, you use it on kids, but what small age would you recommend it for them to use it for? What's the youngest?
There's no age limit due to the fact it doesn't have any harmful chemicals. But what I do recommend is you test it out. Put it in a small area and see how the body reacts. After 24 hours, then like if you use it on the baby's not allergic to anything in it.
That part, that's what's up. And all of your stuff is like, what is it supposed to be? FDA, are they approved things like that? Can be going on the shelf.
Yeah, my first 3 products that I made is FDA already approved, but the other products is like in the process of getting them.
But you in the dough. Okay, that part. So they know you legit. And okay, that's awesome. That's hot.
So what's your ultimate goal for your business? Like, are you in any stores, and is that like the dream to be on shelves in stores or to have your own store?
Well, my ultimate goal is like my parent company. It's called Grant Family Empire, and it's something that my kids can fall back on. So I want Grant Family Empire to be a household name. I want everybody to trust it and be like, whatever Grant Family Empire make, I want them to be like, okay, I know this legit. I'm gonna buy this like
Johnson & Johnson, like
Johnson,
that part.
like how they make
we
all
speaking it
different
over you. That billion dollar brand gonna be Grant Family Empire.
Okay.
That okay. We see it because when I went to the hustle last night, it was like a big oil thing, looked like your jaw, and I was like, wait a minute, did I say Key Care or was that? I saw it. And so that's what's up. And one thing I like to ask my entrepreneurs, because we all talk about the beauty in the business, but what are some challenges and obstacles that you faced in building your vision, and how did you overcome them?
Okay, one of the challenges I faced was getting people to actually support me, and
that's deep. I need to hear that. Talk to me.
When I say support, I mean buy from me. It was hard to gain the trust of people. Like people want to see receipts. They don't want to just buy something because Key selling that. Let me buy that. It don't work like that. Yeah,
you got to show them your product is happening. And I think you do great marketing and branding with your daughters.
Yeah, so I really had to use it on my daughters and show people like from me starting up until now, and that's how it all popped off. Like even with my sister using my products, like that helped me a big.
That's what's up. Yeah, she got beautiful natural hair. I seen her post when you was doing it. Okay, that's hot.
So yeah, that was one of the hurdles that I faced. Then how did I overcome that? I started washing hair for free. Like I didn't want to. I didn't want to be a beautician. I didn't want to wash hair. It was just I was forced to do it because I'm like, okay, I got these products and I put it out there, and it's like, okay, I got a few sales the first time, but it's not consistent. So it's like I had to go back to the drawing board. Like it's either I was gonna give up or I was gonna go back to the drawing board. So I'm like, okay, let me see if I can start washing hair for free with these products and see if people like it. So once I started washing people hair for free, then people started coming. My clientele built up on word of mouth.
That part, that's what's up. That's how just life itself. When you give, you receive. So anything you put into and invest into is gonna bounce back. That's hot. That's what's up. Yeah. And what time it is? Because we about to get ready to wrap it up and hop into the hot topic of the day. Go ahead and shout viewers out where they can shop, purchase, and follow you on IG and check out your products.
Okay, everyone can follow me on Instagram at Grant Family Empire and also on Facebook under the same name, Grant Family Empire.
All right, y'all heard that. So y'all make sure y'all go shop and check out her products, and you can see them, view them online when you subscribe to our channel on YouTube later on. But Keita, what was that topic we was gonna talk about today? Cause that's real juicy. I'm ready to get chopping it up on that. Cause
Alrighty. So let me ask y'all again. How do you feel?
Wait a minute, and I want to I'm sorry, cut you off. I ain't mean to not thank you for coming out. We really appreciate you taking the time out your busy schedule Because I know you got a life to handle, a handful when it's come to balancing the business and kids and the family. So we appreciate you taking the time out to accompany us on the show today. Well, go ahead, Keita. That was a good cutoff. I ain't cut you off in a rude way this time, right?
Alrighty. So the question again: how do you feel about this new wave of women proposing to men?
Ooh.
Have you seen it? Have you?
I actually didn't go and look at it, but when you brought it up to me, I was like, okay, that happened a few years ago, back almost 9 years ago when Chrissy did it to Jim Jones on the reality show. They had their own show. What was it called? The Chrissy and Jones show? I don't know. But she definitely got on her knees and did a little performance on the stand for him. And I don't remember his response. I think his reaction, he was just like astonished. Like, I couldn't believe she did that. Like he almost looked slightly embarrassed, but you could tell he genuinely loved her. But it looked like she was rushing him into something he was still at a contemplating point of that season. Is they married still? Are they together now? Because I don't know. I don't follow them.
I don't think they're married now, but I think he recently actually proposed to her.
Really?
And I think, but now she, after all these years, she kind of feels like, I mean, that's their business, but she probably kind of feels like it's been too long, whatever, we're great how we are. But back to her proposing him, I tried to go and watch it. I have this thing with being like things that make me feel awkward. I can't really watch it. So I tried, I skipped through it a little bit, and she asked him, and he put the ring on his finger, and it was like a great party and all that stuff.
Okay.
Right after. But I've just been noticing, like, I don't know, it just be so embarrassing sometimes when you see it on Facebook. These girls are getting on their knees and they're asking these guys to.
Is it anybody we know?
I mean, I haven't recognized yet.
Can you pass the bottle?
I feel like, but you know what, too? It's kind of, you got to think about it. A lot of women, we kind of been asking for a guy's hands in marriage.
So do you think that's desperate? Like, I see you got fiance, hubby over there in the corner. You a wife, you know, to be. Do you think that's something you would have did, Key?
No.
Like, do you feel like in desperate situations require desperate measures? Like, you have to do what you got to do for some women. Like, what's your thoughts on the women who doing that?
Like, I don't know. When I be seeing that online, I be so confused. Like,
what is going on in 2020?
I feel like if a man wants to be married, like, they will make the initial.
That part. I feel like it's discredit. Like, I'm a believer in the word of God. I ain't going to go to church on y'all, but it kind of I ain't going to go to church, Keita. Look, it discredits what the Bible says to wait for your husband to find you. And if you with somebody just because you think they're supposed to be your husband, that don't mean you should bow on your knees.
Well, what I was actually about to say a second ago,
that God is good.
That all the time.
Amen.
But that women are kind of actually already have been asking guys' hands in marriage. When you're constantly begging and bugging a person like, I want to be married and when are we getting married, you're kind of asking, just not on your knees. And then you get married to that person, and that person really didn't want to get married to you, and you get a divorce. So like, you're judging someone for actually taking that next step and getting on their knees and asking a guy, but you're pretty much asking every day.
When you ask, right? What you think, Toya? But I say something. Go ahead.
Y'all ready for this controversy?
I ready to hear it.
Here you go.
Back your head back a little bit, Keita.
So if you have to put yourself in a position to ask a man to marry you, it's a couple different sides of the coin. You either know what you want and you're gonna go after it.
Okay.
Or you might be like, man, I might lose him. So somebody might get on their knees and ask for a guy's hand in marriage. Another woman may say, I know how to get him. I'm going to have a baby. Another person might try to get him in another way. Mm-hmm. So women have been finding out some creative ways to let the guy know, hey, I'm available.
I definitely think it's creative.
But for me personally, I think that when the stars align, it's going to be right exactly how you imagined it. For those women that want to go that extra mile and do that, that's something that they already had in their mindset. But for me, it's not in my makeup, but I will go after what I want. But it all depends on what your vision and your goals are. You know, and if you put yourself out there, and he say no,
You better be bold enough to be ready for rejection.
you gotta be ready. So I
That's
do
real.
think when it comes to marriage and relationships, traditionally we don't involve outside parties like we should. Not like our friends, our girlfriends, but go to the counselor. Go find out if y'all even need to continue in the relationship before you go ahead and put yourself out there. Now,
On
if you
your
put on a
knee.
tuxedo,
I'm
get on
confused
good.
about Buddy if he say yeah. Look.
Right. So I mean, it's to each his own. It depends on why you want to do it. If you out there listening saying, man, I'll do it, man, that's you. Congratulations. But if you're a woman who definitely wants to make that message known to your man that you do want to get married, pray about it. And if you don't fall in line, somebody else on the way.
I feel like I have the capacity to do it. I feel like I would want, of course, for the guy to get on his knees and ask me to marry me because of just how you grew up, how you felt about it. But I felt like, I don't know if it's that type of relationship. I'll know my man. My man will know me. If it comes to that, I'd ask. I don't feel like
I don't think
too
I
embarrassed
get
to
on my
ask.
knee. I tried to think about it before coming here so I can have something, intriguing to say. But my thing is, I feel like it's kind of shout out. It's definitely shout out overall. But I thought about it too. You have a lot of men, as we're living in a generation of broken men, and they wasn't raised and brought up to even honor marriage. And you have more women that it's in us. It's like an instinct to want it, like a fairy tale. You feel me? So we naturally, even if we didn't see parents married or grow up in a married household, we desire it. And then we go through our mistakes and we get to the point where we realize, okay, that's what we want. And then you might be with a man, they struggle on a whole nother level with coming to things and realizing what's best for them. And I think it takes a bold woman to do that. So I wouldn't, when I seen Chrissy do it, I thought it was cute. But then here years later, I thought she was the only one did it. And I thought she had the ability to do it because of the platform she was on. And it was entertaining for the media. But to see that women are doing it on that level, I think that, you got to be bold because you're showing a man that what he might not know. You're willing to grow with your man because some men don't know what it is to be to tie that soul, to find their other one and know that they're going to be blessed beyond measures when they find the one they're going to spend the rest of their life with. They think it's okay just to kick it with them for the rest of their life. But when you honor that commitment, is a blessing. And so some men don't know that. They don't come from that raising. Nobody taught that to them. They didn't have anybody with any knowledge and wisdom and no other men that had stood before them and seen them do it. So it's a big, hard step for them to take. And then once they, they might find a woman that's willing to show you, like, baby, I understand that I love you for who you are. And they willing to take that initiative because that nigga is just stubborn as hell. And they know he not going to lead them. They know that he call him wifey or whatever this and that. And so that's a woman that's willing, like you said, Toya, to go after whatever they want by all means necessary. So they created a fun way to, to get what they want. So that my thoughts on it is sweet, but it's
jumping into something was like trying to do that, not knowing that that's what your partner wants. I feel like that's
what I'm
where
saying.
the
It
issue
depends
runs
on
in.
where their stands at
That's
in
where
their
the awkwardness
relationship.
comes in. Like you're watching. I feel like everyone thinks it's so awkward and thinks it's bad because you've seen it in a way that's weird.
Talk to us, Key. She ready to
I
talk.
just thought about my daughter's doing it.
That part.
And like it's not something that I would like. I'd be like, you what?
Right.
Like,
now, did he say he was going to marry you?
like, no,
But that's
it
only
didn't
because in your
even bother
mind
me.
you're
Like,
kind of feeling like
That.
you're desperate. That's what you're
Yeah.
attaching to it. But that doesn't
I feel that way
necessarily
too.
mean that.
It's going to be like, did you buy the ring too, sis? Like, I'll have to think about it deeper. Like, now, is you finna play the man in the relationship too? Because you done went and made him. It almost lets you got to know what that man mindset is.
And what the roles are.
And I think a more stronger woman wouldn't put themselves in that type of position. They will walk away and make a man put himself in a position to step up to the plate you want to be. Because if you have to scoop to a standard that's considered in most eyes below as a woman, how many more standards you're gonna have to scoop in the relationship, in the marriage, in the commitment?
I feel like it sucks that it's so boxed into thinking that a woman has to be weak or insecure to have done it. Like it's like you're so weak or desperate for this person that you lowered yourself enough to ask this person. Like that's not fair, because then what about
It's
the
not
guy?
the same as when
What
you-
about the guy who asked the girl and the girl says no? Do you still look at that guy like you were weak enough to ask
No,
this girl
I
who
think
didn't
like that
want
girl is like the most shout out. No, not shout out. I think that she's gonna realize she missed out on a great opportunity. You have to be mindful how you turn a person down. I mean, you're a bad
But what
person.
about vice versa? Is he gonna realize he missed
But
out on
did
a
y'all
great
remember
opportunity?
that thing that went around social media like 2-3 years ago? The little boy, when they asked the girl to prom, he did the most. They filmed him, and she rejected him in front of everybody. And then he like ended up, I think he ended up getting a real beautiful date or whatever, and like stunning on her. Like the media blew it up. It went viral, and they made her look stupid. And she was like really unattractive compared to the date he ended up being with. But it was the way she turned him down. She embarrassed him, and everybody was live. So, but she ended up ultimately looking stupid because it was that year everybody was doing those dramatic proms where they was getting helicopters, rolling out the red carpet. So he asked her because he was a gentleman enough. His parents probably supported. He probably was somewhere where he knew he can cater to a woman, and she missed out on opportunity. So you got to be mindful how you treat people. It's not about being real and turning them down. And I think women, we need to know if that man really want us. And now you got a nigga that's telling you, babe, I want to marry you, whatever. He ain't just did it. Like, okay, it might be cute and fun if you plan with all the family and friends, and depending on the intentions behind it, because you already know that person wants to be with you and they're just cold feet on moving forward. It might be cute in that way. But if you just been with a person and you're trying to figure out if they really want you, and you keep mentioning, like I was in a serious relationship, I mentioned after maybe 4 years that I wanted to get married, looking for engagement, I keep mentioning it. I've been dead. My auntie had made a joke, was like, girl, that man ain't gonna leave. You might well go buy your ring, put on your finger, and get his. Like, she was dead ass. She thought it was funny. Like, just go buy your engagement rings. I'm so glad I didn't do that because I'm single.
But rejection and vulnerability are things that are tough to embrace in a relationship. If you put yourself out there, that's you being vulnerable, and then you exposed to rejection, because anybody can change their mind in a relationship. So it's you gotta be you for you first before you figure out how you gonna share your life with somebody else. That's whether or not you ask for marriage or or you prepare yourself to be married. You gotta be prepare yourself to be with you, for you first. Would you marry you? And then those are things that'll help you along the way. Like, man, am I making the best decision? Should I reconsider this? Or let me talk to him. So sometimes it just takes that communication, being vulnerable with yourself, being prepared for any kind of rejection.
And to ask our special guest, because I know, she cautious because she got the love of life supporting her over here in a quarter. You got to keep it cautious in the conversation. But what I wanted to ask you for the single ladies, what would you tell them about being patient when you feel like, I think y'all got a beautiful thing, you know what I'm saying? I admire that. Even when I went to your event, I saw you push through, do your thing. I was like, she a real mompreneur, a boss mom. You handle down the hustle in the business. So I took my hat off, and that's why I got way more acquainted with Toya, seeing other business women, and these niggas back here behind the camera, I forgot, at your hot event. But what would you tell a single woman when they're like being patient, like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's a quote that I got from a J. Cole song. He say, "Love yourself, girl, or nobody will."
I'm feeling that.
I felt that. Like, I feel like you can't love somebody else if you don't love yourself.
That part, that's real. That. And also, I was gonna ask you. Let me look at my notes because I'm losing my thoughts.
Okay.
Everyone wants to be great and well established behind the grind and wants to be successful. As a boss woman, how important or what advice would you give strong women when it comes to being submissive and staying content with your spouse, but being head of the business and finances? Like, how do you share that spot when you're the leader? Because to be honest, let me say this why I asked, because I'm a strong woman and it's hard. You find a lot of strong women because be proud to be independent, but every strong woman needs a strong man to stand behind them. How do you be content with being submissive and allowing to share your vision, your dream, and him to control like the aspects of it without feeling like he's dominating it and it's yours?
Well,
Look,
I have my grandma that I can call and I can ask her, like, when things not going, the way I want them to go. I can always call my grandma and tell her, like, look, this going on, and she gonna tell me, like,
how it was
calm
back in the
down,
day. Look,
like, relax. Like, she gonna get me to a spot where I need to be and let me know, like, even though you might be the head of your business, but he's still the head of your house.
I know that's right.
So you have to learn how to allow a man to be a man. You always have to learn to respect other people. Like, I live by treat other people how you want to be treated. So.
Truly, that's real. Well said.
It was.
Well put. They ain't got a question that we all get in the car. Okay, but also I wanted to say too, I wanted to spice it up before we hop in. What time it is, TP? Before we hop into our little fun part of the show, another question for women, like, who's in a dating and committed phase of their life. Do you guys think sharing your personal passcodes to your phones and like your social media devices is an act of control or trust? How would you respond, Vienna?
In a relationship, I think that's a act of trust.
Trust? That part, me too. I agree. Before I want to hear from my y'all over there on that end, on the other side. I feel. Oh, go ahead. Do you want to say something? Go.
No, I said I'm a single lady, so I don't know about that. For me personally, there does need to be trust in a relationship for sure, but I don't need a principal or a hall monitor over my life. I want to enjoy myself with someone. You
ain't sharing your password.
So it's like, for what? It depends. It depends on.
TP know what time it is. He did a little throat thing.
It depends, where we are in the relationship, and trust is important. But it all depends. If we just out the gate,
don't be demanding it. I agree. I feel like if the person is insisting on it, like, dang, you don't trust me, or if I feel like I gotta hound you about it, I definitely don't trust you, and I don't want to be put into that type of mental space. And I also look at it as I did have a season in a long-term relationship where I didn't never have to ask. I thought about this question because it's something I'm concerned about moving forward, being that everybody's so comfortable with living their media life frames. I don't want to be insecure in my next relationship. So I'm like, I asked from a single standpoint, but when I thought about my old relationship, I didn't never have to ask. I looked up, we was to a level of trust years down the line, and we'll just leave phones with each other. I'll look up, my phone's broken, I'll have his phone. So are the kids that have the phone all day, so a nigga ain't doing nothing wrong, they let them kids get that phone. You feel me? So I didn't have to initiate it. I think it is a sense of controlling when you have to hound, like, put me on your media bed, do this, do that. I don't want to do that. If I got to double ask you to do something, I'm out. I'm deuces. That's for all the single ladies if you're struggling with that in your area. Because as I date, and if I look at, like, we can't, be level companionship on many different levels, like on all levels, then, like, I'm good. But
I feel like if you're not married, you shouldn't be worried about somebody else's passwords to their things. Like, why am I sharing something that important with somebody who we haven't even committed to life together yet?
That's real. Yeah, I agree. So I'm not worried about it.
They may be if they asking for passwords to your phone, they want bank account codes. They want.
I did. I had wanted all. I had got all that. It do it because of a woman, and I'm single, so I take note of that, just not to control too much. And then, like you say, let a man lead, because that's something I struggle with, being independent and wanting to govern my own. I was even thinking about, it's so funny, I was feeling myself, I was like, nigga gonna have to get my last name.
So you down with the proposal?
No.
Proposing, but you gotta get.
I was feeling myself the other day because I was like, if I become a billionaire, do I want this nigga last name? If it's bank, I was like, you know what, Lord, that ain't right.
All the wrong reasons.
Just keep his in mind. I spit on the table a bit. But I was like, just get his name and keep mine. But I was like, can I put his name in the middle? Because when you marry and keep your name, you got to put, it'll be like Salita Saran in that nigga name. I ain't gonna say that nigga name. All right, can I put his name in the middle and still keep my name at the end? Because, you know, you build your own stuff up and you think about that. Like,
I can't wait to feel honored enough to carry my husband's last name.
that part. Let me say that again.
Henceforth, the word empire. I gotta give a shout out to. This was in my notes. I don't know how much time we have, but Key, I have to give a shout out to you because you exemplify what a signature legacy is.
Yes.
The fact that you have something called the Grant Family Empire. Excuse me, sit down.
Say it louder.
I had a chance to meet was that your grandma and your grandpa?
Yes.
The whole family.
That's what's up.
And when I tell you what she represents is coming from her whole lineage, and to hear her husband to be over there and the level of support that she has and just within her family. Oh my goodness. That's something to fight for. That's something to hold on to. That's something to say, scoot over, we in the building. So for those people that are listening and talking about relationships and everything, I wish, and I can't wait to get on the level of building an empire with someone. And that's worth waiting for. So I'm excited.
That's Miss Good News Goose. Okay.
Thank you, Toya.
That's hot. We appreciate you for coming out with us and chopping it up, Toya, because this is our season finale. And we had to have 2 hot guests. He'd be like, how many people y'all have? Don't worry about that. We got to spice it up. We had to bring double trouble up in here. Put you on your toes. Look, he trying to look at me. You see me. But anyways, look, Keita, we going to hop into that little fun part when we wrap it up.
Yes, before we wrap it up, let's play some of these cards.
Real quick, TP.
Okay, so the cards are, I'm just going to read off the question on the card, and then we're just going to answer it, like how we feel, what we think about it, what's our... Okay, so this first one says, a relationship just ended, and you have a stockpile of gifts from your ex. What do you do with them? So what would you do if you and your ex just broke up, and you have all these gifts that he gave you? Are you giving them back?
It depends on the value.
Right.
As in how much sentimental or finances?
Depends on the value.
Depends on the value.
Because if I got a diamond ring or a bracelet, I'm going to take it off and sit in the drawer until, hard times.
Liquidate. No, I would liquidate and put it in my trading account. Thank you.
You can do that. You're going to have to tell her. Let's try to use big words to tell us more about that. Look.
Well, what if he asks for him back? That's, I don't know.
I don't know.
Back, you can have it.
You can't have them. Because I can't get back the AC you sucked up. If I had the house, I can't get back the bills.
I mean,
None
I
of
guess
that.
it depends. If it's like some car or if it's a ring, you're not getting it back. But if it's like, give me my shirt or my shoes. Okay, you
If
can
it's
have
a
that.
car, you got to take me to small claims court.
Take it back.
If it's in his name, I don't know. You going to have to give it back. You got to just call the police.
I keep everything. I got all the watches and everything that I was given, all the gifts from all the exes. I keep everything. And then I don't look at it and be like, oh, that one time was...
See, I still got my
my feeling
pictures because it was so long. I had my kids. It's 7 years of their life, too. So every moment was with them from little milestones. So I got all my pictures. I took down, like, when I started seeing somebody, I did put other little pictures, like many pictures of them over his face and stuff, because I don't want to cut up the cruises, the out-of-town trips, all the memories. Can't forget about that. He ain't forgot it neither. For the
How
record.
would you feel if you're dating a guy he's still rocking all the old stuff that his ex...
I saw him in one the other day.
That's deep.
I'm finna stop.
What about if your ex, if you see
I can't stand TP. Look on his face.
what if you see your ex on social media taking his new person to all y'all spots?
Girl, I ain't seen that
I think
yet.
it's funny.
Thank goodness for the grace.
I think it's funny.
I think that's so like it's rewarding for you to like be in a new place and he's still doing the same old things he did. Like when you see them giving flowers and the other chick boasting like, oh, he's flattering me to think, oh, he does that in the beginning until it gets old. So if I saw them at the place we went, I don't think I'd be mad. I'd be like, he ain't made no new tricks. You feel me? The dog ain't got no new tricks. You ain't training them right, babe. Send them on home.
No, I don't like it though. I don't like it. Like if
Especially if I still hang out there.
yeah. So like if it was my spot and I introduce you to my shit,
Don't do it.
that I don't like. Well, y'all gotta leave.
Especially, I think a nigga doing that is looking for trouble and he kind of like insensitive.
He want to find.
Yeah, he wants you to see him.
Yeah,
A nigga that's trying to go in there gonna make themselves ghost. They ain't gonna want you to see them, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna go over your place. And then me, I stirred away from my place too because I brought back memories. A heartless dude to do that. I mean, he been taking that chick to that spot you was at. Talk to me. Hey. Well, you got another one for us, Keita?
Next card. Okay, this one says, your best friend needs to crash for the weekend, but you're not at home. However, your bae is. Would you let them in?
We got a wifey at the table. Look.
Well, I really don't have a best friend.
I try to tell her that when you get settled in life and have kids, you kind of outgrow that title.
That's a lie.
You do.
have
It's
a
not to
best
insult
friend.
nobody, but
I
it's
have
just to be
friends
real.
That's like became family.
That.
So like I don't have a best friend, but
That.
if I'm not home, baby, you gotta find somewhere else to go.
That.
I'm not
A
finna
real
put
woman wouldn't
myself
even
in
put
a
themselves. Yeah.
predicament like that. Like,
And if a best friend wouldn't either. A best friend would be like, oh
you ain't
man.
home. Nah, I'm gonna find somewhere else.
Dad.
That's how I would be.
Truly. That. I like that. I like what
That's
both
how
of y'all
my
said.
friends are like.
They wouldn't
they'll
even
be
cross.
like, nah,
Oh, you ain't
going
there? All right.
Yeah, they gon'
I think single women, and when you're in younger days and you're more independent, like, yeah, single, you share your friend, your key with your friend, and you share your space. And then if you don't share that living space with your spouse, if that's your home solely and your spouse just come through and you in a strong relationship and you know he can go home, has elsewhere to be, you might give your friend that freedom to be there and let him know that too. Now, if anybody cross paths and act like they didn't get the memo, that's why they got these new doorbell cameras and stuff like that, and the other stuff on the wall and get them on the back door because you bitches they sneaky.
But you know the best thing to do is to eliminate any confusion from a situation. So so a person like me might be like, okay, so you need a quick $200, $300 to stay somewhere at the hotel. I'm gonna cash up you. I need my money back.
That's
when you get
real.
back in town.
That's that part. Look,
And that'll eliminate the whole thing.
Like,
other than that, don't be banking on my spot.
right.
It ain't my privacy. It's grown.
Right?
That's real.
That was
that's-
an interesting question.
You got any else for we wrap it up?
Yes.
cards are
Okay.
these?
We heard there was the insecure cars and the low self-esteem cars, but they're relationship cars.
I was like, wow.
Okay. This next one says, if you were the opposite sex for one day, what is the first thing you would do?
P. Sorry.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. You want to see how it works, right?
Yes.
Very interesting.
Hello, women. We have to go through so much to pee. It's so easy for dudes, but I would probably try my hand and see if I could pull somebody and try to holler at somebody as a guy.
See if you're attractive, right?
Mm-hmm.
What
See
about
what
you,
my
Keith?
game like.
I'm gonna masturbate.
See?
Ooh, that's the her and him.
I feel like
You want to see how it is?
just for them, like
See what a erection feels. See if it feels get
I
hard.
want to know.
Let me see what I would do.
Lisa would get a Facebook page and then ask the girl for the password to see if she's
Right.
yeah.
Right?
Does this work?
Like,
How do I feel?
I would, yeah. If I become him, I would be on my best behavior to show him as her how I want him to act as him. Does that make sense?
You would be the guy to act like the girl, so the
And
guy
show
will
him what a
understand,
gentleman
yes.
is and what it means to be understood and loved and to be patient, because nobody's on here that I think, it's not defending nobody, I'm not gonna say nothing, but certain community of people, they are the same sex because they feel like they're not understood by the opposite sex.
Oh, I
and
know
so you can express a sense of different
Man, even
whatever.
same-sex relationships have issues. People, you got to know people. You got to, understand that other person's language and how to communicate with them.
Oh my god.
What was the book?
The 5 love languages. You read that?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Only y'all read it. I keep
telling people about it. Like it was just like when I read it. Like whoa.
Ooh, so like, okay, I'm gonna use Key as an example. In her family, they understand each other so much, from the grandparents to kids. They understand each person, and so that's why the love is so like everywhere. But you don't even need to get in the house. It's like on the yard somewhere.
look. That's what's up. And you talked about that unity yesterday. How you
yeah,
like to
like,
keep the generational love
Yes,
alive.
Like my family, like we do everything together. Every
what's
holiday,
up.
like we do everything together. So we big on family.
And I know you was keeping real. You say you call your grandma for advice because you said how much you honor your grandma, your mother, and I loved when you spoke that over my kids' ears for them to hear that.
Oh yeah, like I don't
because
curse in front of my mom.
I was
like,
chastising
a
them
lot of
about
stuff I don't
respect
do
on
in
the
front
way
of my
there.
mom, and I'm grown. And sometimes, like my boyfriend, he'll laugh and joke about it and be like, "You grown and you still scared of your mama."
But
and I'm like, it's
not
just
fear,
it's
it's
out of
respect.
respect.
Dad, I love it.
So,
And my
I
daughter
feel
was
like-
sitting in the chair looking at me like, I was like, he talking, tell him more. Because
Like if I'm telling my mama a story, I'll be like, "Mom, she said F you." Like,
Yes.
like I don't curse in front of my
I
mom,
love
like,
it. That's so cute. That keep your blessings. You will be blessed. That's why you look so young and beautiful and got 4 kids. Don't even look like you got in. But girl, we're gonna rub off some of that good luck over here. You know, so right. And with that being said, y'all already know it's your girl Liddy Lisa, and I'm thank you for having Miss Good News Goose, Latoya Bird rocking with us as a co-host, and I always rocking with, and you know who I'm kicking it with on a regular basis, your girl,
Nikita Love.
hey, and we appreciate Miss Kai. Key. It's the liquor, Key. I'm sorry, because I know it's Key Care. I be following you all the time. Y'all know I was gonna do it. You should just wrote it on a piece of paper and slid it over here. It was just too good, right? Dang. Miss Key Care. I really appreciate her. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce her real name. She told me keep it as Key so I don't look stupid, and I still messed up. Right? But she has a beautiful first name. Y'all gotta go follow her and check that out if y'all want to know more about her. Okay, and we thank y'all for coming in and tuning in with us tonight. So y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe to us on YouTube, and y'all already know this No Cap MIA. We keeping it real in the county of Dade. It's the takeover.
Hold up, wait a minute. Y'all thought I was finished? When I bought the ass tomorrow, y'all thought it was rented? Flexing on these